Hi.
Hi, I don't see the record button. Is it recording?
Yes.
Hi, it's May 10th, 2021. This is Par for the Discourse. I am Erica. This is Nicole.
All right.
Coming from two different sides of the ocean. I'm in Brooklyn. She is in Madrid. We used to live in the same city and now we don't. And we've been doing this for over a year. Par for the Discourse, catching up, talking about what's going on.
Making
What we love,
observations.
what?
Making observations.
What we love, what we hate.
One side usually is longer than the other.
Right. So it's May. Yesterday was Mother's Day here in the United States. How are things going in Madrid?
Yesterday, forget the fact that it was Mother's Day, but yesterday in Madrid marked the end of what was called the state of alarm for COVID. And that date was set a while ago, that, May 9th was going to be the end of the state of alarm. What that means basically is that a lot of businesses are opening up, like clubs and things like that. So doesn't mean that like everything's up for grabs now. Doesn't mean that you could just do whatever. But because of that alone, last night was like all over the news. Everybody was in the streets and just ripped their mask off and started going ape shit. And I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
You guys acted like Americans last night?
Like animals. Yeah.
Like Republicans.
And that's another thing I didn't even bother to bring up last podcast because I don't even want to get into it too much. But last week was election day in Madrid, like a local election.
Yeah.
President of the community of Madrid, not the mayor, it's like a bigger thing. It just couldn't have been worse. Like the worst person won, and it's basically the right. The way, I'm not going to get into how it works, but when you vote and whoever wins, it's not necessarily just that party that wins. You can actually join with another party if you have a certain amount of votes. And she is going to join. Let's say she would be like the Republican. I'm just going to say she's like the Republican Party. Joining up with alt-right, let's put it that way. That's what Madrid is going to be.
She's like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
It's going to get bad. I mean, it's already bad, but it'll get worse. So
this is, I'm trying to like flip it for how Americans would compare to it, but like, what kind of things would she implement that would be an alt-right type of just the reaction from the people that
I don't know, we could just step on disabled people and shoot gays. I don't know. That's the fascist attitude that's coming out of that.
You're skipping over, I don't want to make your gay wedding cake, to I can shoot you. It just goes right.
It goes right there. That's the difference between the right and the far right. You see what
right.
I mean? Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm done with that. My uncle actually texted me. I'm like, he's the only person in the United States that's following this story. He's very into politics and like likes the socialist situation, and he sees like the way it could be and should be, and he was just asking me a lot of questions. And
well, would you say it's because enough people don't vote why something like this happens?
No, I think it's, I mean, and people say like, oh, but Madrid, it's like, like a New York, it's liberal, and yeah, but you've got old school religious people, you've got old people, you've got people with money. I mean, this is
yeah, if anything's, I mean, I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong. If anything's more of a liberal city, it would be Barcelona. and all of
Not really, because they've got a whole other situation.
a whole other situation going on up there.
Yeah, but basically Madrid's been run by the right for a very long time. But the bad news is now we're going to go with the far. We're packing up with them. We're making a pact.
What does the princess have to do with any of it? She's just a figurehead, right?
Yeah, they should be gone.
But they have nothing to do.
No, that has nothing to do with it. No.
I sound really ignorant.
Prince Harry? Oh wait, that's a different country.
That poor guy.
So let's hear about your, Cinco de Mayo, you had a nice, we don't want to go there yet.
Before Cinco de Mayo, what was a really funny thing that happened, I texted you, and so, because I said, remind me to tell you that this happened, because it was right after last week we recorded, and I said, oh, it's so nice outside. Ronnie and I are going to go for a walk.
Yes, I remember this. Yeah.
So Ronnie has this hat, a baseball hat, and this is his friend's like company or whatever, and it's cash only. That's just the name of this company. It means nothing, right? Walking down the street, and this guy with like a domey like pit bull, pretty pit bull, is coming towards us. No problem. He looked a little crazy. He looked a little energized, but he has his dog with him. And so I kind of moved to get behind Ronnie.
Yeah.
Like on the sidewalk, like single file. And he kind of yells at Ronnie, cash only. How about Jesus only?
Oh my, that came out of left field. Oh my God. Anytime a Jesus comment comes up and so aggressively. So what?
And I don't know, have we talked about our word that we made up about crackheads? Did we discuss that on the podcast?
Yeah, we have.
Could we refer to what episode that was that we talked about
that
krillers?
Was a long time ago. Yeah.
That's our word for crackheads when, back in the 90s was krillers. And he definitely looked a little.
Oh, he was Krillin.
He looked a little, but he was walking his dog. It was Sunday. And you know how like sometimes maybe he's in recovery. People get really like Jesus-y.
Yeah, maybe.
When they're in recovery or something. That's what I kind of think.
That sounds. What did you say? You just kept going.
Oh, yeah. We kept walking.
You don't really.
So
what's the answer for that anyway?
So I had an appointment with. Oh, I could get the book out too. So way back in 2019, there was a big art exhibition here in New York City that my magazine covered. It had first been exhibited in Los Angeles, and then it was coming to New York in 2019. And it was a huge, what they did was like take over this building that had been built but hadn't been it's like way out on the water in Williamsburg, like Kent Street. All these like brand new buildings, but there hadn't been any businesses in it yet, so they had rented out the space, so it's like all like cement and like really raw for this exhibition, which I think it was two floors of this huge building overlooking the water. It was called Beyond the Streets, and it was all like just a lot of like contemporary urban, I hate that word, like street art, but like covered all these different categories and like subcultures. Like there was a whole section on Say Adams and all the different artists that worked, and Eric Hayes, who worked with the Beastie Boys. So then there was this whole like music section. Then there was like a whole like kind of devotion to photographers, and there was all these different sections. So then there was this tattoo, like, I guess I have to show you in order to like explain it. Hold on. I should have had this ready. Okay, so this set designer, I think he does more than just set design. I don't want to, his name is Alexis Ross. he designed this.
Mhm.
So see how it looks like a Canarsie like front porch, but this was inside the space.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you'd be like walking and then all of a sudden there's like this building
Yeah.
or there's like this thing built inside, and they were doing tattoos on this porch. I bought the book, which came 2 days after. So anyway, the story is one of the artists that was like the big primary guy who did this. His shop is down on Smith Street. It's called Smith Street Tattoo Parlor. His name's Bert Crack. And because I had like met him, I didn't meet him while we were there, but like I had taken pictures and covered it. When we got our stimulus, Ronnie said like, you know, do you want to, you know, what kind of like, you know, you want to do something kind of fun with stimulus money? I said, I really want to get a tattoo. And I just called up to see if I could get on his list. Because I remembered covering him, and he does really like American traditional stuff. And so I got an appointment for Cinco de Mayo. All right, so that's the backstory. So, and then I got this great book that was from the exhibition.
Yeah.
So my appointment was for 11 o'clock. I went in and I said, I wanted some kind of like flamenco style pinup. Didn't have to be like a pinup, but something that had a female figure that had a Spanish nod.
Yeah.
So he showed me a couple pinups that I was just like, I mean, like,
no,
not really. Yeah. I mean, we went through a couple things and, but then he showed me a bust of a girl with the flamenco hat. And I was like, not what I was thinking, because I was thinking like roses in her hair or something. I just wasn't thinking about a hat. But this is what I got done on my forearm.
yes.
Now that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like right away. Right now, this is what it looks like because it's still healing. But so it wasn't really great experience. What I felt good about was I had mentioned to him who my tattoo artist is, who I like, majority of my work is by this guy, and he ended up moving out to the Jersey Shore. So it's just like so far and few between that I get to go out there. And I was thinking we'd just not been able to get out there. And then of course the last year, when are we going to get out there again? So he knows, I mentioned his name. He goes, oh yeah, I know him. And so I'm thinking of having this guy do the rest of my sleeve just to finish it up, because I'm,
Yeah, you're happy with
close. He worked really fast. I mean, so I'm sitting there, and it's also like kind of a flat surface, so it's not like right on the bone or anything.
Yeah.
And I have my arm there. I just kind of zone out a little bit. Like we were talking a little bit, but I'm like just breathing and relaxing. And like maybe an hour and a half in, he goes, by the way, you're sitting like a champ. And I said to him, you have to, I looked up and I was like, wow, I wish Ronnie was here to hear you say that. Because I was like unsolicited. I didn't ask for that compliment, but I know that I have been a real bitch before. Like it depends on the spot.
Yeah.
I was so proud of myself. I don't know if it was because he was working really fast.
Yeah, you said it only took him 2.5 hours, no?
Yeah, and it's a lot of surface area.
Yeah, I thought it was, I mean, not that I know so much, but it looks like it would have taken longer than that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing I like about American traditional. It's like big, heavy line, like thick, heavy line, and it's just, the whole style is, it really shouldn't be going over and over and over, like line, shadow, color, boom.
Yeah.
But this little guy above, it looks so terrible. And I said to him, I said, wow, now this looks really bad because it looked so good. And he goes, I'll be happy to fix that up for you next time. And I think I would like to get back on his list and keep going and finish this arm already.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so unfinished now. I'm like, okay, let's fill in all these other spots.
Well, when you were texting me, you were like, okay, you had changed it up. You were like, it's a bust. It's not the whole. And I was like, okay. But then, because I couldn't see a picture of it, and you were like fast messaging, you're like, she's got a cape. And when you said that,
Cape?
yeah, but when you said that, I knew what you meant after.
Oh,
but
shawl.
yeah, but when you said cape, the first thing that came into my mind was, is she getting like a bullfighter now? Like what? Because I was like, a cape. And then I realized what you were talking about, because that thing has a name, but I was like, she could have said shawl, but all right.
Why did I say cape? That is funny.
I
I don't know.
I
I
had
was
this vision of like
nervous.
someone flying. It was like,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like, what is she getting, like a superwoman or something?
I thought you decided to go with like some bullfighter thing. And I was like, this is
No,
really,
there was like 2 or 3 signs, no cell phones, like
yeah.
just, there's signs everywhere. There's like flash everywhere all over the shop. And I just kind of like snuck the picture in and texted you really quick when I went to the mirror. I was like, so then I had, this is funny. I had lunch with a friend who lives like right in that like a block away. And I said, oh, I'm here. And she came and we went for lunch, because I just knew, I was like, well, that was the thing I was doing on Wednesday. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Make the of it.
So she said to me, and I know her through Instagram, and it's kind of, how I know her is through street art stuff. But she said, is everything going okay with the dog? And I go, oh my gosh. And I start telling her all about the dog, and she goes, well, you haven't put any pictures on Instagram. So I was worried because, he's adopted, that, maybe it wasn't working out. And I was like completely the opposite. I was like, this dog is so amazing. Like, I don't even want to waste time. Plus, like, whenever I have like the phone in my hand, I feel like he's like, why aren't you paying attention to me? But no, everything is so good with the dog. And so now I'm like, I guess I have to like post
So people get suspicious when you're not like oversharing. That's like the next thing. Oh, you mean you're living your life and enjoying it?
I know,
That's-
right?
That's a thing. Is that a thing?
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I'm sure if I started like sharing my dog pictures, I'm sure I'd like lose followers who only follow me for my street art. You know what I'm saying? Like, what up?
Yeah.
I don't want to turn it. So then I said to somebody else another time, I said, I don't want to turn my Instagram into a dog account. Oh, well, you should start an account for Domi. And I was like,
Oh God, no.
no, no.
Yeah.
But I want to get him out and meet some of my friends and stuff. So I wish we could take him on the subway, but no, I don't really wish we could take him on the subway. But yeah, we got to get him out into some other neighborhoods. Or get people to come here to meet him,
Prove
what I mean?
that he exists, because if it doesn't happen on social media, it's not.
I know I had to like pull my phone out and show her pictures. I was like, look at all these pictures. Maybe I should just put something together for all the fans. Anyway, what else has been going on?
Well, since I'm done with class, I'm trying to stay out of the public now. I'm trying to I'm becoming more of a hermit again for the time being. I'm just going to work to do my exams, come home, and not be
Well,
near
even though,
people.
so if this was like a predetermined date, this May 9th thing, how are cases there? Like, is it reflective that it makes sense?
So the age brackets of the vaccinations in Europe, because now they're going a little bit faster, but ooh, the criticism is bad. I have to once again pretend I'm not American because everyone's like, those goddamn Americans fucked everything up. And they're the ones that are they actually have too many vaccines. They have to get rid of them. And someone
Facts.
goes, why don't you just go to the States and get vaccinated? I'm like, how stupid is that? Like, I'm going to go risk myself to get there. And then, by the way, I mean, I'd have to wait for the second dose.
Which is like
Yeah, I
well,
probably wouldn't be
a month.
there. Yeah, depending. But then even if I didn't make it, you can't get the second one somewhere else. They won't allow that.
Right.
I'm like, I've already waited this long, but it looks like I could probably get it by October, maybe. October.
Wow. That's how.
Don't forget, I'm kind of like at the bottom of the list because I'm not old.
No,
I'm not-
okay, but like, how are cases? Is there talk of like these variants that
Yeah, well, we have the South African one and the one from England. There's always going to be variants and all that crap, but they say, from what I look every day in the newspaper, it's like it's going down, which it should be because more people are. But now, with the nice weather and, well, the weather is usually nice here, but it's getting better. Like this past week was 80 degrees every day. So everybody was out. But now people think it's like, well, the end is near. So let's just, I don't know, that thing last night pissed me off. I was like, why would people do that? I mean,
they just, yeah, I saw some video. I mean, I'm all for people getting together outside but
Yeah.
what's the problem with keeping the mask on and like people, I don't know. I guess
the mask thing is not going to be over for a while. We'll be doing that for a long time, even after.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's one moronic thing. Another moronic comment of the week. I think I'll just bring this up. Tell me how you interpret this story before I give you the ending. So I have like a voucher for a plane ticket, and it's long story, but I have to use it by December 31st, but it's transferable because I don't plan on going on an airplane before December 31st. So anyone can use it. So I sent an email to some of my coworkers and I was like, if anyone's planning to travel, maybe you could help me out. And if you're going to fly Iberia, like I have 750 euros I have to use, if you can help me out. So one of my coworkers actually interpreted that as me like giving that away to somebody. I'm like, so I wrote back and I go, listen, I'm nice, but I'm not that nice or generous. I actually wrote that, copied everyone in it. I'm like, no, you buy your own ticket and you give me the money. You're just helping me. You're not getting anything out of it.
Yeah,
I'm not getting anything out of it. Why would I do that?
Yeah, I hear you.
Would you assume that I was giving it away? Why would I give something away?
This is coworkers?
Yeah, I said I have a plane ticket I'm not going to use, but I can let someone else.
Then fire, could you help me out? Yeah, no, I understand what you.
Why would I give it away if I just said that it's I mean, no, you give me the money.
Right, like, but if it was, like, know your audience, like I'm sending this to my coworkers, like I'm asking for a favor. You aren't family, you aren't, next of kin.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
These are just people I think might travel. That's why I'm telling them.
Yeah, right. That's funny. So I could talk about a plant if you'd like. Were you going to say something? Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Do you want to see a plant?
Yes, I would.
I found two plant stores yesterday. That was really exciting, but I wanted to show off this one plant.
Looking lush.
I know, we're really growing. Yeah, they all are, everybody's growing, but okay, so this one plant that I bought like a year ago, probably, it was this, I think it was a mother plant and it had been cut down to propagate other smaller little plants because it had a lot of like stalks.
Mhm.
But then there was like 2 little leaves and the lady sold it to me for $10.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
like, and I brought it home and it had a couple leaves and Ronnie was like, what the hell is that? But it was like in a bigger pot with these little things, right? This is what it looks like today. I love doing this, like I'm bringing things in. Look at this thing.
Okay. Oh, it's much bigger than I thought. I don't know why I didn't picture it that big, but yeah.
This is, do you remember this one? It's got the polka dotted leaves.
Yeah.
Can you see that or is it?
Yeah.
But anyway, look at how it just keeps growing.
Yeah. I don't remember it being that big.
It's huge. It's like there's 3 stalks now.
Wow. So that one really is,
This is the one I was saying that like every time I look at it, there's new leaves.
hardy. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so that's that one. But also, these are the polka dotted begonias that remember we were talking about begonias. And I found another one yesterday. That one's in the kitchen though. I'm having fun with begonias.
Nice. Well, they're all near in the sun now too, so they're sprouting everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. I had a plant on the back porch. I thought I'd put it outside because it seemed, you know, like a good one to put on. It was like a palm leaf. It was over here.
Mm-hmm.
My friend had given it to me when she moved out of New York, and I kind of was bringing it back to life. And a squirrel chopped it to bits this weekend. Just, hiya, just, and then there's leaves. The leaves are all over the backyard. Like it's not food. He just destroyed this plant.
That's what they do. They're rodents.
So I'm a little. I'm not so excited about an urban garden. My mom told me you just have to put chicken wire over it.
Well, here's the other question. You reminded me of something that this is like a year-long story, but are you back to trying to, I can't, just the pallets. Are you going to start doing?
So when we get out there, it's rained all weekend, so it's a mess back there. But I did get 3 stacks of pallets that go across the back. So it's like a little, you can sit there, I guess. We could do more, but yeah, we've gotten quite a few pallets. Like every once in a while, the church on the corner will have like a good one that's, the ones that are blue are like the pressure treated ones. They're like, they've got that, I don't know. So when I see like a good one, we'll maybe pick it up, but I have somewhat of, you remember I had that drawing?
That's a project that needs to pick up again now that the weather's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not really there yet though. You know, they say like Mother's Day weekend is like when you start doing the outdoor plants in this kind of climate, but we haven't gotten to,
Hasn't been that warm though.
it has to be 50 above 55 at night, and we haven't gotten there yet. So like I even probably shouldn't have put that plant outside, but anyway, maybe next week we'll be in the backyard. We'll see.
Every time I see one of those things, those pallets, because I see them like randomly thrown, I'm like, I like mentally send it to you. I make them like, oh, that's for Erica.
Yeah, well, we found a place that you could buy them from, and I was like, I'm not buying them. We'll just
Collect.
find one, you know. Yeah, they're heavy too. So, all right.
All right. Well, we shall talk. Get out there.
Hopefully next week this will look better.
Yeah, I want to see the progression.
Hopefully. Yeah, I was going to tell you about this this cool stuff that they use for burn victims now. That's what this stuff is, to help heal.
Do you notice a big difference?
Well, I'm going to take it off today. Today's day 5, and see what it looks like. But it seems to help the healing process way better than
Oh, good.
than it used to. They used to just wrap you up.
The new and improved.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they were just like, yeah, take it off, take this bandage off in 3 hours and take care of it and hopefully you don't mess it up and
Well,
now they have like this technology, like this has been no oxygen, it hasn't gotten crusty or whatever, so I don't know, we'll see what happens when I take it off.
take a picture.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, take care.